Hey brother, Stuart Matola, men's relationship coach here. Hope you're having a great day. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the one thing inside of you that can have you owning your relationship in a way like you've never done before. Own your shit. Own how you contribute to the problems instead of pointing your finger at your partner. Because when we do this, well, you know that classic one finger pointing out, three back at you. So what are the three back at you? I'm going to dive into that here, and I think it'll help you get some insights if you haven't considered this before. So I'm going to talk about my personal situation as well. So on top is what we'd call the compensating behavior. That can be a pleaser, one who fears upsetting their partner, so they just go along with everything. That could be a rescuer, one who has to make sure that she's okay, because if she's not okay, then he can't be okay. His nervous system can't relax. In that also is the fixer, the guy who needs to fix stuff. Oh, there's something wrong, sweetie? Let me make sure, that we can, make that better. Okay, those are three key compensating characters. We could also call them masks that have these compensating behaviors. I'm just going to give you these three examples. There's others. Actually, a fourth is, the tough guy, the iron guy, the steel guy. And he blows up, with his temper and his tantrums as a way of trying to, clear the field, protect himself from all the dangers. So just to be transparent, brother, I used to have the pleaser in me, and then over the years I shifted also to the fixer. And whichever mask you're wearing or character you're acting on, underneath that is really the source of why you're acting that way. So that's a wound, an attachment wound typically. Something where you were not able to attach in a healthy way with your nervous system, with your heart, with your mind, with your soul to your parents as a kid. And yet, a lot of us guys, we don't want to talk about things on that level of vulnerability. We don't have the courage to go inside of ourselves to do that depth of work, to understand what that attachment wound was. So I'll give you an example. In my case, it was neglect. My parents were working a lot. I was alone in the house a lot with a housekeeper growing up, and there was just nobody around. I didn't have a lot of friends, so I watched a lot of TV. So what is the opposite of neglect? Being needed. So if I become the fixer, then I'm needed. And so when I understand the wound underneath the behaviors that's driving me to be a fixer, and notice if this is true for you, maybe your wound is neglect, abandonment, invisibility, you were smothered as a kid. You decide what that is for you. You'd have to self-reflect, or maybe you've done some work with a therapist. So what's it for you, the compensating behavior and the attachment wound underneath? And if you're not sure, I would say come join my men's relationship school call, or send me an email. I'll leave a link to do that below. And so, like I illustrated with my own inner dynamics, if you can start to look at that attachment wound, track that, know that that's about you. And when you don't have that consciousness about that, you will project that onto your partner and say, she's smothering, she's overwhelming, she shares too much with me, or she doesn't listen to me, or she just blows me off, or she bullies me. There's a really paradoxical, twisted way in which a man loves getting bullied, because it's a form of attention, it's a form of focus. It's twisted, but that's how it works. So you essentially have a roadmap here on yourself. Look at the compensating behavior. Okay, that'll lead you to the wound that's underneath. Okay, and then that will lead you to the pattern that you've gotten into again, the mess you've recreated for yourself. And it could be in the same relationship, a marriage that's been there, that you've been in for years, or it could be a cycle of different relationships. And once you get aware of that compensating behavior and the impact it's having on you, because you've created the same mess, now you're in a position to look and really understand what that wound is. It's not something you can typically do on your own, brother. I got these insights from years and years of, working with professionals. But if you do have that insight on yourself, then it's important to look at how can I take care of that attachment wound within myself and not project that onto my partner, and really own it and say, fuck yeah, this is great. This is my path to healing, as opposed to what's wrong with me? I'm fucked up, I'm wounded, etc. That puts you in a place of empowerment so that you don't continue repeating those cycles. At the end of the day, why do we repeat cycles? Why do we repeat suffering? Precisely in order to heal. so that we can become better versions of ourselves. I hope this was helpful. If it was, please check out links to my work below. Thanks so much for watching, brother, and have a kick-ass day. Bye.